Why, hello. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. And just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
I got nothing witty about remarking. I don't know. I'm running out. I'm becoming washed up.
No!
I'm not
We gotta
funny anymore.
refresh those creative juices. Drink some tea or something.
Yeah,
I got some really good tea if you want it.
I'm just sticking with the red tea.
It's good
Anyways, let's just get into the action. You got a number you want to guess? I'm currently winning.
You are.
Even though
I'm going
after
to
like several
say-
episodes, I'm going to forget about the score.
Yeah, let's say I'm gonna go with 92.
Okay. I'm going to go with 65.
All right.
You got dice?
Oh, I got him. I think I just rolled a 100.
Zeros.
Both dice, zeros all the way across.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You
is
won.
that a 100?
That's
I
a
did.
1. That's
Oh, that's a
100.
1?
No.
Okay,
that's
that's
100.
okay.
You won.
I did win. Yay.
Wow.
I've never done that before.
You've never rolled a 100?
Not even jokingly, like just rolling randomly. I've never done this before, so I'm a little taken aback. What do we got?
Okay. Help settle a minor dispute between
Uh-oh.
two noble elven houses.
Oh gosh.
House Alendrion is looking for adventurers to help draw the domain lines with the House Wallopes border. If you are strong of arm and fleet of foot, inquire at the Dovesdale Manor. And that is it.
We're drawing a line?
Yeah, it sounds like just a border dispute.
Yeah.
How do we make this fun?
I don't know. That sounds really like
Boring.
I didn't want to say it.
Okay, follow the 39th parallel. Done. Next quest.
I know, like it's so you have to talk to both families, figure out where they think the line is, and then will they listen to you if you put the line in the middle of that?
No.
Yeah,
Most of the time it's not, because it's usually like, oh, one section is like more like has valuable like fertile lands or like some mineral or resource
right.
that they want to be a part of their territory.
Hmm.
And I imagine that this dispute is basically that.
Yeah. Man, that sounds rough. Shoot. How do you help two houses like solve something like that?
Okay. We do a Romeo and Juliet situation.
Haven't we already done a Romeo and Juliet situation, or were we just talking about it?
Well, we were talking about it with the brewing families, but I can't insert them here.
I know, right?
We do a positive, quote unquote, loose term positive result of Romeo and Juliet, where you get them two together and then you kill both of their parents, and then they become the new heads of the household. They get married, and then the territory combines.
There you go. You solved it. We're done. All right. That was a good episode, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, that's my solution.
Oh, man.
It's not a very good one to make a quest out of.
It does sound tough.
This is the tin pot quest all over again.
It's that dumb tin pot that really messed us up.
Yeah. You see, this is the moments where we get humbled by showing us how stupid we are or how very not creative we are.
All right, we have two families.
Yes.
Did it say they were high elves?
Just elven houses.
Elven,
Noble
okay.
elven houses.
That's why I was thinking high elves then.
House Alendrian, Alendriam.
Okay.
They're the ones hiring.
Okay.
To help draw the domain lines with House Wallopes, Walopez, their border.
Okay.
Well, it also adds, if you're strong of arm and fleet of foot, inquire at. So why would they need adventurers that's strong?
And what is it? Okay.
To draw the
line. Say it
line.
again. Just literally draw the line. That's it. That's all they need.
House Alendrian is looking for adventurers to help draw the domain lines with House Wallopes border.
Hmm.
But why would they need like strong adventurers?
Maybe the land is dangerous. There's monsters and stuff, and they don't want to risk themselves. Why would a noble go out in the woods to draw a line?
Oh, what if?
Or
Okay, House Alendrian is the one hiring. What if House Alendrian wants to hire adventurers because like there's a territory in the center
okay.
that basically like land of decay, and it's
Oh.
inhabited by a necromancer.
Okay, okay.
And so he or she, the head of the household, was going to use the leverage of the person who's under our employment, cleared out these lands, so therefore we should push the border to be within that area should be within our lands because we're the ones who cleared it.
Right. But the other
That's
house is
oh my
just
god.
like, that's ours. You can't have it.
Like that's like the disputed area. They don't know like who owns that. Or maybe okay, instead of a necromancer, like have it a very big monster.
Could be.
And so then House Alendrian is going to use the adventurers as a way of we cleared it, so therefore we should get this area.
I have another thought because it does say draw the domain lines with the house Wallopes border. So the
Yeah.
border's already a thing. They just need someone to draw their side of the lines.
But if
They
the
need someone who can walk along the edge of the other family's border and not get killed for being there.
but isn't
Like,
it the
there's
border where like it's like a fence line along a
maybe.
property? Technically, it's like it's still there. It's still the ownership of the two houses, even if you can walk it or not.
What if it's a magical thing? Like drawing the lines of their domain, as in you just need to walk along the edges of their border, like, and either drop pebbles that have been enchanted or just carry a magical object, like you're just drawing a
Oh,
line on a map for them.
okay, like beacons or like
Yeah, something like that, so that once the circle is complete, then it's a magical barrier that keeps their land safe.
okay.
So they need strong adventurers because this land is not safe until that barrier is up.
Okay, how is this a minor dispute between the two houses then?
Because walking along the edge of the other family's border could get you shot. I don't know. Because they don't want people coming close to their land. It's their land. Don't touch it.
What if
It's
maybe
becoming
build
them the
off of
toys in the
that?
Hatfields.
Maybe to build off that. What if like it's to set up like the beacons or the sigils or anything like that to like bless or enhance the land
Okay.
territory?
Yeah.
But it's like that disgruntled neighbor who, like, if you build a fence on that, they make sure it's like on the line of the property and you're not building on their property kind of thing.
Oh yeah. And they're there
So,
every step of the way, like,
so
no, that
yeah.
twig's mine.
So the dispute is like the house Wallopes is like making sure it's like you don't build on our territory kind of thing. And it's
Maybe
causing hostilities.
each family sends a representative for this endeavor. And they are both there with the party. Every time they need to place a new beacon, an argument ensues and the party has to help solve where the beacon has to go
Okay, so that it could
and
the
appease
the
both sides.
magic's the magic circle or whatever,
Hmm.
a place where it still can take an effect while not angering the Wallopes
Yeah.
family and not to be on their territory.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That sounds like the most obnoxious and just, oh, man, that sounds like your torture right there.
This is Bard behavior. The
Oh, it is.
episode Bard behavior all over again.
It totally is, but there's two of them now.
Now that just made me reminds me of the episode of Last Airbender where they had the
Two
two
lovers. No,
where no
no, that was a Secret Tunnel episode.
where they had like the two like clans or different tribes.
Ah, yes, and they had to try to find even ground between them, so he just made up a story.
Yeah, that one.
Spoiler alert.
They were brothers and they were playing a game. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
there
wow,
was no
it
Fuse.
was
There was no.
really glad that you actually knew them.
Yeah, super helpful that you're over 100 years old. I
It's
don't
like
think that's gonna work for
if
this
I
one though,
told the
because elves
truth.
be old. You
No, it
probably
just
had no
made me.
idea who
It
they even
just
were.
made me. It reminded me of that.
Yeah, it totally does.
Okay. I think we actually have something here.
Woo!
What is the name of each representative? Blank, Alendrian. Let's say it's a family member.
Of
Uh,
course.
Blank, Alendrian, and blank Wallapez.
Larissa. What was the first one?
Uh,
Larissa Alendrian.
Alyssa Alendrian. Oh,
Larissa.
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 So it's still fancy.
It is still fancy.
Oh,
And give me a cool elven sounding name. Hey, there's a Tristan in this list too. We're not going to use that again. We just used that in the
shout out
last
to
episode.
last episode.
Ooh, we got a Bronwyn. I love that name.
Browin Wallapez.
Bronwyn Wallapez.
Okay. What is the general personalities of these two characters?
Let's see.
Oh, can you like? Is it possible to look up just random personality characteristics? Like, have it? Can we like just randomly generate them?
I think so. Let me try. Let's see. I think I actually have a list of elven traits. Here it is. All right. Do you have a D100? Oh, wait, no.
I
This is not personality traits. Hold on. Aw, man. That's just physical traits.
oh,
Yeah. How about fascinatingly specific, supremely elegant, and utterly useless skills that high elves have?
and we base our personalities around that.
Maybe. I know I had a list about that, but there's like so many of these lists that it's really hard for me to find it quickly.
Okay, it was just a thought.
Yeah, sorry, couldn't find it.
It's
Let's
fine.
say Larissa is decidedly easygoing, like super chill, just wants this to work, whereas Bronwyn is stuck up and needs to make sure every twig that is theirs is within their borders.
Oh, okay, so Brawin is very much a patriotic, but for his family kind of thing, like a lot of pride in his family.
Yeah, I kind of
S-
still want to roll on that elven traits chart.
and you were gonna say that what's the woman's name?
Larissa?
Larissa. She's more of like, I don't care about this situation.
Hmm.
Oh, that would be actually a great combination of like she just wants this over with because she doesn't care and she's
Yeah.
more of a couch potato lazy. And so a lot of the situations will be just like, okay, where can we put the sigil here? It's like, just put it over there. And then he'll get upset because it's like somewhat encroaching in.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of that argument of that. I am sorry, DMs that have to have conversations with themselves for this.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna be fighting back and forth, aren't they?
Yes,
Well,
and
Larissa's just like, I don't care where it goes, just put it somewhere. It needs to be somewhere within this area for the spell to work. Pick a spot.
it's like it has to be in view of this one over here and wherever the next one is going to be. It's
Yeah.
like it's right here, and he's like, no, this it's blah 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 this, and it's like,
This plant was planted by my great 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 grandfather. It cannot be a part of your domain.
are you
Along those
saying we're
lines.
gonna chop this 1,000-year-old tree down?
I could
You're
never.
ruining the Wallapez forest for every tree you want chopped down here.
Oh, yeah, definitely that obnoxious. And if there's a druid in the party that can move the tree, like, did we determine whether or not Bronwyn is male or female?
Brown sounds like a male.
Okay.
Oh, to
I feel
me.
I feel like that name could be either.
You know what? This is fantasy. It could be anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Can
Apparently
you
it's a Lord
think?
of the Rings character. Fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you think of any specific like encounters you want to happen, or is it just gonna be, hey DM,
Hey, DM,
good
make up a
luck?
thing. It's a girl's name, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. It's a Welsh name. I thought it sounded feminine. So,
Again, fantasy.
yeah, so
You could do
yeah,
whatever
sure.
you want.
Honestly, yes. I'm just gonna go with them both being female
Okay,
first. They're elves. Sometimes it's actually hard to tell.
that's racist.
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen a lot of pictures of male elves? They're too pretty.
What, men can't be pretty?
Men are handsome.
Men can be pretty too.
I know, but that's just encroaching on I'm joking. Maybe okay,
She's not.
hey. Let's just say Bronwyn is so androgynous you literally can't tell.
Oh, it's the questionable gender one
Yeah.
where you can't tell if it's a man or a woman.
Yep.
Whatever. Still
And
just
and if
uptight.
you ask, like they just turn around and leave in a huff. They
No,
will
not
not
leaving it
answer that
huff.
question.
I think they would just like
Or just,
complain, like just badger and just like,
what do you think all elves look the same?
yeah, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. And if your party has an elf, they do get a bonus to figuring this out, but it's still
No,
very
no, no.
hard.
No matter what race you are, still
Okay, it's
enigma.
still hard.
Just a this person, Browen is an enigma. That'll be the
Mystery
joke.
wrapped in an enigma. All right, so Bronwyn's a mystery. Glad we figured that out.
Yeah, that was totally important.
I feel like there should be some sort of incident that happens while they're putting this down, like some sort of creature jumps out and Larissa can have the chance to say, "You see, this is exactly why we need to make this barrier. Our family is being destroyed by these monsters that you let run loose.
And then that'll just lead into another argument where Browen will be like,
These monsters are a protected species that our family breeds."
oh, I was just thinking like,
I don't know, I just went there.
no, that would just create more conflict than, yeah, that would actually work. Because I was just thinking like, just putting the blame on like Larissa and her family. It was just like, no, clearly that's from your territory.
Oh, I see. It's like, no, they breed them because
And the
they're a
party is
protected
like,
species.
it's a monster. They go wherever. Why are you
Yeah.
arguing about this?
It was like Bronwyn's family is trying to reintroduce them to the wild because they nearly went extinct from adventurers killing them all.
Oh, you think like the Wallopes like is a family of like of
Maybe druids? Not necessarily druids,
no,
but
I
like
was gonna say like
conservationists.
monster tamers.
There you go. Yeah. And they just let them run loose on their land because they can all handle it just fine. But Bronwyn refuses to help the party subdue this thing.
Actually, Browen will demand the party to not kill him.
Of course, probably drive it away somehow without harming it in any way.
Or
Like that
just
is one of
knocking it out.
yeah. Or here's another thought: not monster hunters. Maybe they worship the monster.
I didn't say monster hunter.
Sorry, not monster hunter, monster tamer.
I
Maybe it's
feel
one of their sacred beasts. Yeah, I think I like monster tamers better.
I was just thinking like if they want to worship it, it would be like one grand monster kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it could have like offspring and stuff, and those are considered minor deity type things to them. And the one they worship has never actually been seen, and all of the little versions are just its children. So they revere them.
I'm thinking I like the monster tamer route where their land is
Okay.
like a nature preserve kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, and that's why
They're
the
so
Elendrians,
stingy about like things encroaching on their territory.
right, because they don't want to take away the territory of their monsters.
Yeah, because it's like a national forest or preserved.
Right. But House Elendrian is being overrun by these monsters that they cannot handle. And so they want to put up the barrier to keep the monsters out.
Okay, yeah, we actually developed what was wrong.
Hey, we got there
stumbled
eventually.
into it.
So the party's definitely going to run into this monster, and Bronwyn is going to freak out if they harm it in any way.
Yeah,
It's like, if you touch that insert monster name here, you will bring down the wrath of the entire Wallopes family.
no, it's I would say like that thing, that creature is Wallopes property.
Oh, there you go.
Killing said property either
Will
through a fine
basically
or
start a
you'll be
war.
arrested or you will be hunted down by the Wallopes family.
I feel like hunted down would be more accurate since they are monster tamers. They will sick the
But they
monsters
are a
on
noble
you.
house. So
They are a noble
could
house.
so they can like go after them legally through the
That
system.
is very much true. So the party has to find a way to get the monster to leave. It would actually be super helpful if Bronwyn could do anything about it. But I'm thinking Bronwyn is a younger house member who has not yet been trained in the ways of monster
No,
taming.
I think Bronwyn would be more of the administrator side of the family.
Yes. It's like, oh,
Who
I'm
actually
not a
knows
monster
territory
tamer.
lines and all that stuff.
I'm
There's
just the
multiple
border
responsibilities
specialist.
for it within the family.
Yeah, of course.
And I think the party just needs to non-lethally take the monster down and should suffice.
Yeah. Do we want to pick out a type of monster or leave
No,
that up
that
to
that one could
Game
be
Master?
game master could decide what kind of animals live in the area that they're putting them in,
Yeah.
and
They can
what
encounter regular animals
yeah,
too, not just monsters, like a bear.
whatever they
But
decide or whatever like sanctuary they want the Wallapez family to basically take care of. That's on
something the party can handle.
yeah,
Like,
something that like for the game master could like also determine like for difficulty.
yes, that's what I was going for. Like something that won't party wipe. Because you don't want to do that. It's not fun.
Unless you want that.
Well, unless you're, magically going to bring them all back somehow.
I have thought of like side note,
And
side tangent.
we haven't had one yet.
I have thought of a thing to do if I ever like TPK a party.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll tell you, sure,
Fine.
on an
I'll
audio
probably forget
recording. But I
that I
thought it
can go
would be
back and listen to.
yeah. I don't know if I'll ever do it with you guys. With the current group I'm in now. But I always had the idea of if I like accidentally TPK a party, I could say, "Hey, I have this other campaign planned. Are you willing to do it?"
Hmm.
Which would be where the party dies. And then I narrate how they wake up in the nine hells.
Oh, no.
And like the deepest part of the nine hells and just have a funny like demon or something like that greet them and then go over the registry and find out that none of them were supposed to go into the nine hells and they were supposed to
Unless
actually
one of
go
them
to
really
like
should.
their version of heavens for all of their
Ah,
religions, but now it's a Dante's Inferno kind of thing where they have to fight their way out of hell.
fascinating.
And if any of the party member dies in the nine hells, they just start at the beginning again.
Oh, that
But it'll be a
sucks.
checkpoint system because it'll be like every layer, like every ring of hell
Yeah,
or every section of hell they fight through. And I assume like there will be a boss just to get into the next section.
of course.
But if they ever die within that section, it'll just bring them to the beginning of that section.
So they just got to make their way back to the rest of the party.
Yeah, pretty much. And it will just give me full reign about like not being nice anymore and just like I could kill you how many times I want. You guys will be
Oh,
coming
that's
back no matter what.
evil. That's great.
But I always had that contingency plan just in case I ever TPK a party.
I try so hard not to TPK.
I would feel guilty, but knowing that I have a backup plan at all times like that,
Yeah,
you
that is true.
you're less hesitant and it makes it look like you somewhat planned it.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the actual episode.
And tangents. So we've got a monster that shows up at some point in time that is bred and trained by the Bronwyn family, but is allowed to run loose. Sorry, not Bronwyn family, the Wallapez family that Bronwyn is a part of. But Bronwyn is not a trained monster tamer, so therefore does not know how to deal with it, but refuses to let you kill it.
Yes.
And that can happen possibly even multiple times, considering it is a like sanctuary for this monster.
But it could be just random like beasts or other monsters as well that just
Yeah, you could
wander into
even
this, like this situation in which then they'll be like, not our property, don't care.
yeah, no, you can kill that one. But yeah, you could
Or Bromwell could be
find
like, no, that's a part of the ecosystem here that we keep balanced so
True.
that
Could also be that.
our sanctuary creatures could thrive and actually sustain their own ecosystem.
Yeah, and you can easily find like a list of encounters in the forest or whatever type of terrain you want this to be, uh, for like things to pop up and like replace one of them with the creature that is the protected thing. And if it's something that has to do with the ecosystem, Bronwyn can then speak up and be like, "Oh, don't harm that. That is, part of the ecosystem here that keeps our babies safe." Not that she
Such
things
a
like that.
pompous voice you gave him.
It's what I do. I'm good at pompous apparently. I don't know. I was just thinking Braun was gonna be really pompous because like just being the annoying one.
Well, I pictured God, I forget her name.
Larissa?
Larissa. I pictured her to be like the lazy version of pompous.
Yeah.
Or just like, I don't care.
Oh, I don't care. Just let me go on home.
Let's just get
Just
this over
place.
with.
We just
Like
need to place the
lazy
thing.
Valley Girl voice now.
Oh no, now you're just sounding like Schlebethany.
Um,
Shout out to the Adventure Zone and the fantastic character Schlebethany for, oh my gosh, I'm just so tired of listening to your voice
which season
type of
is that?
character. What?
Is that the newest season?
Yes, that is the
Oh,
newest
the one I
season.
haven't listened to. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, do we want the party to do anything for like these sigils?
There might be some sort
Like,
of
is
ritual they
yeah,
have to
is there gonna be a
perform.
ritual? Is it gonna be like
It could
something
be a defend the point
happens?
type of ritual. Maybe one of them has to concentrate and do the thing while the rest of them are just like on guard and stuff tries to attack them. No.
But well, I'm like, yeah, we could do that, but it's just like, what will attack him? Is it gonna be more just the Wallopes kind of protected species,
Maybe
or we
like
could do something else?
the ritual creates maybe a sound that drives the local wildlife nuts, but once the ritual is finished, it doesn't create that sound anymore and just like settles into a low hum or something. But while the ritual is taking place, whatever creature happens to be nearby will attack. Like maybe they can be attacked by a swarm of squirrels one time.
I just had some thought. I don't know if we want to add more complication to this story.
No, maybe not, but that does sound fun.
What happens if like there's a third party that wants continue like that barrier to not be up?
Third party, you say?
But is that making it too complicated?
It could be.
Then you could actually fight people that's trying to stop the rituals from happening.
Yeah, but what's to stop them from going behind you and like destroying what you've done? Well, maybe once it's
You
set in
have a
place.
very fair point. I did not think of that.
Yeah, but oh, maybe once it's set in place, it has a self-protective barrier, and once they're all in place, they become a larger barrier.
Too
I'm
complicated?
going to call them barrier stones from now on.
Yeah, it's like a setup where you balance the rocks like every middle-aged dad does.
Oh, you make a cairn?
Now I'm talking about like those balance rocks.
It's called cairn.
Karen?
Cairn. Cairn.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking of may I speak to your manager, Karen?
Oh no, not that kind of
That's
cairn.
what I
No.
was hearing.
No, a cairn is a man-made pile of stones raised for a purpose, usually as a marker or a burial mound, or because you're bored.
Or
It's a pile of rocks.
you're my dad who just picks up stones from the river and just does that
Nice,
for some reason.
because you can. Why not? Yeah, it's a stack of rocks, whether or not they're fancily balanced or just stacked, or a mound even. It's called a cairn.
Yeah, did not know that.
The more you know.
But I
It's
feel
also a
like it's
type of
older
terrier.
dads who do that.
It's also a type of dog, which I absolutely love. They're so cute.
If you have a Karen dog and you want
Can
Tiffany
I
to
pet
pet
it?
it,
Can I pet your dog? And here we start the segment, the podcast within the podcast called "Can I Pet Your Dog?"
no,
That's
the
it.
vlog.
Can I pet your dog?
We don't
I
read
know.
our last episode. It was a vlog.
I know. I'm making a joke about another podcast that has podcasts within their podcasts. Shout
Isn't
out to my
like
brother,
all
my
our
brother, and me.
side tangents basically a podcast within our story creating podcast?
Yeah, but I don't think we can ever avoid sidecon. Or
No, because
sorry,
we have.
I'm staring at this picture of a dog, and it's so cute.
You know what? You just proved what I was about to say. We have the ADHD-ness of a squirrel.
Yeah, darn squirrels.
Or ADD. I think it's ADD. That's more fitting.
I don't know. I just know I'm easily distracted. Definitely by squirrels. If I see a squirrel, I will shout squirrel and then stare at it and forget what I was talking about. I'm closing this picture of a dog because it's too cute.
Yes, please close it.
It's gone. I'm sorry.
Okay, do you think the third party thing is too complicated? We're going back on the train car.
I think it would be interesting to have, but who's this third party? What is their goal? What is their purpose in life? What are they called?
Evil organization that wants to send a stampede into the Alendrian family to ruin. I don't know.
I feel like that's a little far-fetched, even for fantasy.
I was just spewing the first thing that came out.
I mean, I guess that's what this podcast is all about.
Somewhat.
It could be like a lower faction of the Wallopes family that is highly against the border because it restricts their creatures from having all of that extra land they normally would wander around upon.
Or what happens if it's just a group of like anti-magic terrorists that believe that like using magic onto land is actually harmful?
Oh, so if this barrier goes up, it's going to destroy the entire
No,
ecosystem?
they believe like they're like eco terrorists. They're
Yeah.
Avalanche basically. They're fantasy Avalanche from Final Fantasy VII, um, and they're willing to destroy like just magical things that like they don't want magic affecting nature.
Gotcha.
Actually, that makes way more sense.
Well, my thought about the border is maybe it's specifically designed to only keep that one monster out of the Elendrian land.
I think the wall of like me personally, I envision the Wallopers to have multiple since their lands is more sanctuary type. I feel like they have multiple breeds and multiple different kinds of monsters.
Good point. You're right. They'd probably have a wide variety of
Yeah,
things.
and I think the Elendrians probably want this magical barrier up across their entire territory as a
Yes.
just safe haven against all creatures. You know, where like
Yeah, but like not even birds can get him because a forest works best when there's animals in it.
let's
Like,
just say this Elven house is like, let's say that they're like mostly like plains based or like city kind of thing. They're very much more on the mercantile kind of like how their house gets money kind of thing. And
what if
if they can ensure that their merchants are safe from beasts and like monsters, then that's like a huge profit kind of thing.
there's a family trait where they're allergic to all animals? Like
Uh,
like if they get near a squirrel, they are sneezing, so they don't want any animals on their land. Too
uh,
much?
I feel like that could be just a funny, just side thing, like to give to.
Larissa.
Thank you. I keep forgetting her name.
It's okay, I gotcha. I'm here.
That I think that might
I
be a
wrote it
funny
down.
characteristic to give Larissa, but I
Okay.
don't know if that should be like the entire household motivation.
Okay. Yeah, it is just it'd be weird to have every single one of them allergic to everything.
But I think this could be an interesting, just discussion about like using magic to benefit society
Yeah.
and like civilization, but at the cost of like pushing away nature and like
Right.
encroaching on nature territory. So if they have a magical barrier that stops all creatures like monsters or beasts,
Mhm.
hostile beasts, because I think they allow horses and like donkeys or whatever that pulls carts.
Okay, so
But
squirrels could get through.
no, squirrels are always hostile.
Not necessarily. They
But
can be friendly.
basically like a magic system where it like affects a land like that, especially across a huge territory, would
Right.
be good for civilization. But to restrict animals from such a large area that might rely on like some of the nature that's within that territory,
Maybe it
to
can be a barrier that keeps out everything that's not a beast. Like sentient creatures, like people and stuff are also not affected by it, or they can be let in.
can we should we just say monstrosities, just monsters?
Monstrosities. Yeah, monstrosities, because that's mainly what the Wallopes family is breeding, what they're
Yeah.
preserving. Monstrosities of a sort. There can be various types. Thank you, I couldn't think of that word. So the barrier only keeps them out.
Yes. Okay. And there is a eco-terrorist group that believes that like using magic on land is harmful because it's destroying ecosystems basically because
Do they hate magic
monstrosities is a
in
part of
general?
the ecosystem.
Yeah, but do they hate magic in general, like entirely, or is it just this magic specifically?
I think like this might be just a subgroup kind of thing
Okay.
where it's just like they believe like the act of using magic upon the land is harmful towards it.
So what do they call themselves?
I have no idea.
Gonna leave this one to me as well, huh?
I'm not good with coming up with names.
How about the Night Wardens? It just sounds cool.
It does. But these guys are going to be attacking during the day.
I know, shush. Nature's Gift. No. I gotta throw a few out there before I can
Avalanche.
find.
Done.
Really?
Uh,
Okay,
we could
let's.
just use that as a like parody of like, oh, clearly these are like it's just a Final Fantasy VII parody
We
or
could.
knockoff
Trying to think of like another natural disaster. Let's call them mudslide.
earthquake.
Earthquake works too. Waterfall. Wait, no, that's not a
Earthquake. Well, you
disaster.
have to actually say gang at the end of it as well.
Gotcha. Earthquake gang. That doesn't flow right.
No, avalanche gang actually flows well.
It does. I know, but I don't want to use that exactly. That's just
I know, I
plagiarism.
know.
We are Tsunami Gang.
If they were pirates, I would see that.
Yeah. Tornado Gang? Acid Rain Gang.
No,
Hmm.
wait, acid rain is just pollution.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a really good name for an eco terrorist group.
Good point. Huh. Yeah, I got nothing else. I don't know.
Uh, what other natural disasters are there?
Hurricanes?
Hur-
Hurricane Gang.
Hurricane gang.
Hurrigang. No.
No, just no. uh,
That's just right there with tsunami though. I mean, hurricanes go on land,
hailstorm
so
gang.
tsunami. Ooh, hailstorm sounds cool. I like that.
Okay, they're hailstorm.
Yes, we are hailstorm. It sounds nerdy and cool.
It sounds like the newest like Team Rocket rip like spin-off in the new like in a
Yeah.
new Pokemon game. Like the next Pokemon game that comes out, it'll have the Hailstorm gang.
It'll have Team Hailstorm.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
It does. I like it. So they're
We
like
need to release this
eco-terrorists?
episode
Whatever.
as soon as possible. And then when
Yeah.
Nintendo releases it, we could sue them.
Oh man.
Anyways, like we
All right,
have
so
the legal
they get
firepower.
attacked by Team Hailstorm. Do they dress in white or do they dress like in black to like hide in the shadows? Or
It's in daylight.
I'm imagining them like assassins, so hiding themselves. Or do they dress in camo?
I think I think this group is probably just not well equipped. So I think just
They
bandit
probably
garb, just like
okay,
that.
bandit garb. Maybe they dress in more browns and greens to try to blend in with the background.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're one with nature, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I
So
think
they'll
that would
show up
cause
every now and then.
yeah, I think that would cause like some like you could create an event where they have to double back to a place that they already did to find like the been destroyed.
Oh, yeah. It's been meddled with.
Yeah, that could be just the ominous thing in
It's
the
like they
beginning.
place the final one, and Larissa's like, wait, that should have completed the barrier. Why did the barrier not
I was
come?
thinking like they like if this quest has to set 5 barriers or 5
Yeah.
pillars. While they are working on number 3, they notice like smoke rising or something like no light for beacon number 1.
Yeah, because they can
And
probably
then they
see them all.
yeah, and then they have to backtrack and then see that it got destroyed.
Oh,
And then when
something's up.
yeah, and then maybe when they're working on beacon 4, that's when they show up.
Yeah, and they attack. Okay, I like that. And any time in between or after is when a monstrosity pops up.
Yeah, maybe for like number 2.
Yeah. Like the first one goes off without a hitch. The second one, you get attacked by a monster. The third one, squirrels. I still want a swarm of
Third
squirrels to attack them.
Third one, you have to go back to number 1.
Yeah, it just gets tedious.
When
at
you
that
do
point.
number 1, then scrolls for the second
Okay,
time.
okay. So the redo of number 1, the squirrels attack because Team Brain Fart
Hailstorm.
yeah, has like I don't know, angered the local squirrels so they'll attack you.
No, they
some
just randomly came by and they all have rabies. Now it's a
Ooh.
swarm of squirrels. Now you just add the swarm kind of mechanics into it, which you just
There you
replace
go.
like the stat blocks for like rats or something like that.
Just about, yeah. Squirrels are essentially rats, but cuter.
I mean,
They're really annoying though. They destroy people's cars.
they're both jerks in their own ways.
It's like I was talking to someone today and they chewed through I think it wasn't the fuel line. It was some sort of electrical thing in their truck and they had to get it repaired. It was like thousands of dollars.
Didn't we have that one friend that the power went out in their neighborhood because a squirrel went into a transformer box?
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was living with another
Well,
one of our
you
friends
are
at
our
the time.
friend.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Not
yeah, the
wrong.
power went out because a squirrel decided to jump from one power line to another, but accidentally made the connection and fried, and they found the squirrel on the ground underneath the transformer. And it knocked out power in just the whole neighborhood. It was great.
Was it really great?
It
Is
was
that really a
hilarious,
great
honestly.
thing?
No, my poor lizard was freezing. Stupid squirrel.
Anyways, I think that pretty much we got a quest out of this, which I'm surprised. We were very
It took us a little bit, but we figured it out.
yeah, we were very distraught or just did not know what to do, but we got it.
Yeah.
We're that good
Yes.
ish.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that. We're using loose terms on this
Yeah.
show. Anyways, if you put this quest into your campaigns, let us know. Or if you have a job posting of your own, let us know on Twitter at QuestBoardPod. And with that, I wish you all good night.
And happy questing.